Hi, Combat fans. This is Neff coming to you live from the Super Monday Night Combat Arena with Super Monday Night Tuesdays, Episode 7. This week I picked a game where I played Captain Spark. It was one of my first games back in the last 2 weeks because I've been on vacation and stuff like that. So I actually didn't do very well, but I think I can point out some common mistakes that Commandos probably make that I was making. And also at the same time, while we're losing for the first half of the game, we come back and win the game, and I really, after watching the video a bunch of times, attribute it to a single megahertz and stuff. So I leveled up offense first, because on my Commandos, that's pretty much what I always do. I want to be dealing damage. You might have seen I missed my teleport up into the jungle like a tard, but I decided I would just go down in the lanes and farm bots down there. I'm going to go pretty much with a ray gun Spark for a lot of this game, just due to the fact that I'm going to get over-leveled and stuff, but if I had been a little more offensive at the beginning and stuck to the jungle more, I probably would not have gotten under-leveled like I will eventually. So you can see that Assassin is up there above me, and what I find a lot of times players do not take care of those characters, but all it usually takes is a few shots fired up there, and if you keep pestering them, usually they'll leave you alone eventually, especially if you have something like the Veteran's Homing. You can hit people up there pretty easy, and just anyone who's slow and stands there. I'll let it go sometimes, but if I'm back and I have the angle, I'll hit them every time I can. So we just lost first blood there. The gunner died to the Veteran Claw. This happens on Gun Mountain a lot with vets. Jumping around because I don't want to get grappled, and obviously it's pretty easy to avoid Mega Best rockets. As a commando, they deal a nice chunk of damage to me, but they're really easy to avoid. I go with megahertz and offense as my primary things, and then I go between defense and the teleport skill Arc Flash as I need to. It just depends on the match. The flip switch throw, I level it sometimes. I know it deals a good chunk of damage, and maybe I underuse it, so you know, feel free to comment on that in the comment section below. I know I could probably get a couple more kills by throwing people off these bridges and stuff, but you know, I'm pretty new to Spark actually. I haven't played a ton of Commando on Super Monday Night Combat, although I mained Assassin on Monday Night Combat on Xbox, because I actually came over from Xbox to this game.
Remember, folks, Alameda Capital Crimes Attorneys are the official.
I'm just focusing on killing bots, always be killing bots, obviously. And I don't want to die, that's another big part. So you might have seen Megabeth use her lock on there to use her guided lasers, and I just got out of the way so I wouldn't get slammed with them all. Should have had that tank kill there with my ray gun, but I just was a little bit off. So my life got kind of low, and I just came back to Combat Girl. I knew she was there, and she would give me a heal. I'm going to foolishly get hit by that airstrike. This happens to me like 3 times this match. So please learn from my mistakes and see how slow it really goes off and how easy it is to normally avoid if you're not playing stupid like I do in this match. I'm gonna get stuck on this wall. So in the latest patch they did add pro tags and stats, so you know, now you can either glorify yourself with your amazing greatness at the game, or you can wallow in your absolute horrible wretchedness. Guess it all depends on your level and what kind of things the matchmaking's doing to you lately. With matchmaking, I know they added, you know, the 2x3 option, so that teams of 2 and teams of 3 will only get matched up against teams of 2 and 3, and that was how it was initially. And then they allowed solo queue players to get into that queue now as well as of this week. So again, I'm just focusing on killing bots. I'm a little under-leveled, you can see. Like, I'm 3 when most of their team's 4, stuff like that. I think I put another point in offense there because I hit 4. I'm pretty sure I always do that. So here I just overextended too far. Firebase got me, the assassin came down and grappled me, and I was just screwed. So there's your lesson in overextending for sure. That's definitely the mistake I made. I was able to do it successfully a few times earlier on the bridge and stuff, and I kind of wondered why the assassin hadn't come down on me already, and I just got overconfident there.
GG, that's a negative.
So don't underestimate the ray gun. It has no fall off at all, and it really does deal a nice chunk of damage. I usually do get more kills on fleeing players because they run in straight lines and you can just shoot the ray gun in their back. But this game, like I said, it's not my best. There's another airstrike that hit me. I basically jumped right into it, you know? Going back to base to heal. Like I said, you never want to die. Assault's fly drain per shot got decreased, so he can stay in the air a little bit longer. And they added a fall-off radius to bomb, but head crab bonus now scales with level. And Carl Jr. got fall-off too for the other strikers. nothing's really changed with Megabeth. So this first Annihilator fight is going to go on for quite some time. My team does an outstanding job of holding it down, even though we're going to lose it at the end. So my goal was to walk back there and just be a whirling dervish of distraction, really, so that you know, they'd pay attention to me and not my teammates, and they might pick up a couple kills. But my team probably wasn't really with me there, and also I wasn't really ready to do that, and I got back grappled right away. So all the more reason to stay in the air and keep jumping all the time. Massive air is a big help with that. Here I came up behind those guys just to get off the megahertz and blind them and keep them off the Annihilator. Level megahertz again. So since I'm playing Spark, like the only real commando change in the last couple weeks is just that Voltage Spike charges off the money ball now. So I thought for sure I would be able to pick up this kill here, but I failed miserably. And I get away, and then I run right into bots. So never underestimate the damage bots are going to do. I'm only like level 6 or 7 here, so bots can definitely still deal a nice chunk of damage to you. And I thought I would make it out, but I just didn't. So again, overextending, don't underestimate that bot damage. Those are 2 deaths I easily could have avoided. There's a couple in this game that, you know, I probably couldn't have avoided, 2 I can think of in particular, but in general, it's just some sloppy playing that hopefully you can learn from. So I'm like, oh, Megabeth's kind of low on life. I'll get the megahertz off on her. Pick up some XP from that. So the support had the Annihilator there, but you saw that veteran ace clawed him right off there. It's not really that hard, but it was a good move. You can see how I'm under level now. You notice the yellow numbers next to players' names because they're at least 1 level higher than me. They go orange if they're 2 levels higher, and red, I'm pretty sure if they're more than that. So you can see more and more of their teammates start to get over me. Finally get my comeback kill against the tank, which always feels good on a commando, and make sure to take out this firebase with my team. But Megabeth rocket jumps right there. So normally I could have rolled past her or something like that, and I probably would have made it, but just she decided to rocket jump right at that second, so it spelled the end of me. That's one of the deaths that I feel like I probably would have survived 9 times out of 10, but that time I just didn't make it. So I put the point of defense because obviously I've died quite a few times, so I probably need all the help that I'm going to get. Use this ejector too. Well, no, not yet, probably. So I'm too low on life. I gotta go back to base and heal. Our support does an okay job of healing, but since I'm a commando, I'm kind of all over the place, and I can get to the front lines pretty fast. It's not as big of a deal to me to have to go back to base. So Spark, never feel like I said with the ray gun, like never feel like you absolutely have to be up in people's faces. Like if you're just gonna do that and die a bunch, don't feel bad like falling back and using the ray gun. Like I said, no fall off. It does a nice chunk of damage. I had high hopes for that bouncer, but it didn't really work out for me. I will make it out of this alive, though. Thanks to Juice. Majorly thanks to Juice. My bouncer didn't appear to do too much good. Here, I thought I was going to get the ejector or something like that and eject him, because I'm pretty good at doing that, and I just overextended around the corner. I should have thought better, because I knew the tank was there and he could kill me. I knew the other people were on the bridge. I wasn't too worried about them, but the tank and the firebase especially, you know, they definitely have my number there.
Hotshot gunner killed.
So I'm going to go with defense again. Like I said, I'm on a losing streak here, so I need all the help that I can get. As a commando too, you'll notice I use megahertz pretty liberally. I generally always have it up before a fight because it does a little damage, it blinds, it does the armor debuff, so it's definitely a really great skill, but I also tend to spam it as much as possible, and enemies just pop in, use it on them, attack him a couple times, get him disoriented, and concerned that, you know, hey, there's a commando here, we got to pay attention to him, and hopefully take their attention off the rest of my team. You'll see later on one of those megahertz that I use is going to pay off big time and get us a push that's going to win the game, probably. At least in my opinion. You know, maybe you think differently. Feel free to put that in the comments section. Tell me, no, you tard, this is what really needed to happen. Or this is what really won the match. Megabeth was there shooting down rockets, so I got out of the way. You can see I spam megahertz. I use it all the time. So yeah, that's a big part of the commando class I think people forget about is the debuffing, you know, disorienting the enemy team. You can see those orange numbers. It's not looking good for me, right? But I promise we'll pull it around. I'm going to get this turret here, obviously. If you see an opportunity like that, you're going to take it. I wasn't aware of the vents. I'm going to jump right into that airstrike. Hopefully I make it out of this. Yep. take a look back, and I'm like, screw that, I'm out of here. I wish the support would have healed me right here, but whatever, I'm right next to the base, and he's getting that Metabolite to get back to the front lines. So since they added the fall off to the Assault Bomb, they're kind of doing it to everything. So Leo saw an adoration of the AI get a fall off, and supports Airstrike has a fall off and also gets bonus damage by level, and then Cheston has fall off on his barrel now, and Tank has fall off on his product grenade. So they pretty much are just kind of normalizing things across classes and just making some standards so it's easier to understand everything. I don't know. The fall off is a mixed bag for me. It's kind of where I start to turn it around. That's how you want to play Spark, really, is notice the player's low on life and snatch up the kills when you can. You know, you don't want to be solely focused on just getting kills, though. You need to be killing bots, which is something I fall behind on in this match. So learn from that, too, and kill more bots than I do. As soon as I focus a little more on killing bots, I catch up with levels, and you turn it around. So with fall off, I don't know totally how I feel. I mean, I guess it's fine that it's normalized and everything, but it just, I don't know, it feels a little strange on some things. Like on Megabass Rockets, I totally understand it, but I don't know if it's necessary on everything. But like I said, normalizing it and making it easy for everyone to understand. Well, all explosives have fall off, so if I move back from the center, I'm going to at least take less damage. You know, that does make sense kind of from a game-making aspect in my mind, I guess. So if you don't know this about Spark, I mentioned earlier the voltage spike. When you hit a player, money ball, whatever, 4 times I think it is now, and then he builds up this charge. It's like a ranged attack. I just dodged a bunch of attacks there, and their whole team is pretty much on me. But I will make it out alive, because that's what Spark's awesome at. I wish the support had healed me here. Support's out there really, I know. I'm going to lose it. If I hadn't stopped at the Regenitol machine, I might have made it there. I think that sometimes that actually gets me killed to stop and get Regenitol. If I'd just gone around the corner, I probably would have made it out. But any Sin worth their salt could have just followed me in cloaks. But that Sin tends to run around with her cloak on even when it's not necessary, so I don't know that she would have had the cloak necessary to really follow me in there.
Let it go. Last time I went looking for one, I was...
Chicky Cantor! We've got 15 seconds till the Annihilator.
So you notice it pretty much got the Annihilator locked down here. There's not a lot I can do. So I came up, I looked, they snagged me, and then I bailed to go back and regen my life. They're definitely going to get this Annihilator.
Better watch out.
Better watch out.
Better not cry.
You'll notice the first time my team was set up on the Annihilator, we really controlled it, and this time they were all set up ahead of us, so he just hit the Annihilator. Do some ridiculous damage as usual. Picked up an assist, which is cool, hopefully off that gunner. I imagine he got the kill. So now we're back on the ropes. We're pushed up in our base. You can see their bots if you look at the lane meters. They're pretty much up on our turrets, and so hopefully we can push out. Let me know if you guys enjoy seeing videos where it's not just a total stomp, or like it's not just me going like whatever and 0. I definitely think they're more interesting games overall, but a lot of times they're shorter, so this game's a good like 18 minutes or something, which isn't the longest game in the world, but it certainly isn't longer. Stomps are more like 10, 15 minutes or less.
Oh, I miss it tremendously.
Here I get this megahertz, and I've managed to push everyone out of the base. And this is the point where I think things are going to start to turn around for the team, because this push momentum, at least pushing them out of the base here, it really keeps up. We're going to push them back into their base now. So all it took was that 1 megahertz. Everyone turned around on their team. My team pushed forward a little bit, and I pushed back and shot with the ray gun. Now you can see their whole team, well, not the whole team, but several members of their team that were in our base are just fleeing back across the bridge. We're definitely going to keep up the momentum from this as well. So he's got me, right? No, not this time. Not this time. You can see I threw out that megahertz there right at the end. You know, I just can't help it. I love to spam that. This time the Regenitol pays off. Juice Megabeth, that situational awareness is always important, so you want to keep looking around. If I hadn't looked behind me, I wouldn't have even seen Megabeth, and who knows what I would have done differently. But I probably would have died from one of those ridiculously juiced rockets. So now we're up in their base. Things are, you know, the exact opposite. Even though they just hit the Annihilator, that 1 megahertz slash the push from my team, you know, obviously the megahertz by itself wouldn't have done it. You know, we're up in their base. As Commando, you want to always be watching your life and always be able to get out, you know, if you get in. And some of the times I died here, I think you'll notice I just, you know, I wasn't able to get out after I had gone in, or I just, you know, foolishly thought that I would, you know, be more clever than the enemy team and kind of underestimated them. You can see that tank's ridiculously low in life, so I wanted to snatch up the kill. I don't even know where that veteran came from, but since he grappled me, I know I'm not going to 1v1 him right there with the tank, just by the Regenital and the assassin off to the right-hand side. So you can see I've started to focus more on the bot kills, even though the players are there, because I'm trying to gain up, catch up on levels. I'm a bouncer whore, if you watch these videos at all. So you can see I'm going to buy a bouncer here, of course, and at least get one grapple out of it. Yeah, nice. I could have probably started shooting the dude the bouncer was going for a little bit earlier, and then I probably would have picked up the kill there instead of not hitting it. You can see I just stood in that airstrike. You saw how long it takes to go off, so please learn from my mistakes. Short on cash there, so I wasn't able to hit the ejector. I really would have liked to. So most of this match I'm short on cash, and that again goes back to not killing enough bots. Otherwise I would have had the cash. I think I'm also trying out all magnet this round. I could be wrong though, so I know it has a shorter range than money magnet. I know I messed around with that night. Side tank. Not this time. I got it, but I got the assist.
Finding a stash of Roman coins or an engagement ring with a metal detector.
That's what you're doing on the beach all day.
So they added all-star leveling too. I forgot to mention that when I talked about the pro tags. So just like in the original MNC, once you hit level 100, you can start over the leveling process again repeatedly and keep leveling up. Just something extra to keep playing the game for. I mean, not really. If that's your sole reason for playing the game, then you're probably pretty bored.
Oh, straight down goes the Iceman's money ball.
Take advantage, Hotshot.
Friendly reminder.
So again, a lot of the times I'm not going for kills. I'm just trying to distract enemies and be in their face, because if I'm in their face, they're not going to be paying attention to the rest of my teammates around them. So as long as I have a way into somebody's face and a way out, I'll usually take advantage of it, even if it's not necessarily going to get me a kill. You know, I feel like it's a good distraction, and it's good for my team a lot of the time. This game, not as much, because I make mistakes and die. It's a pretty fun kill, so the support thinks he's got me. He does get me pretty low in life, but the gunner slams right behind him, stuns him, and we pick up the kill together. So the Annihilator's about to come up right now, and luckily my teammate's smart. My gunner's there, and you know, I knew about it as well, so I'm up there. Interesting that Chicky's here, and this bouncer shows up, so makes things a little more interesting at the Annihilator fights to have third parties there interfering, if you will. If you have any ideas for other videos or anything like that, just let me know. Put it in the comments section below, or send me a message through some, you know, way, Steam, forum, something. So I come up, I knew these guys were up here. I'm going to get a flip switch on the tank, which is going to pull him off and help secure the Annihilator for us. I love killing tanks on Commandos. I just always have. And I'm going to get the Annihilator right here, thanks to my team providing good distraction. And Chicky is also providing me with some cover right now, so they can't just shoot through him. And I am going to ride Chicky and slash his face as the match ends. I also got the super streak, super multi-kill, plus I'm riding Chicky, which is pretty much the awesomest moment of the match to me. So again, if you have ideas for videos, any questions, you can put them in the comments or send them to me however you feel like it. You can follow my Twitter for some video game news. That'll be in the little description below. You can check out my live stream also in the description. I'm live streaming pretty sporadically lately just because of my life, but hopefully I will get more regular about it in the near future. You can add me on Steam for some games if you're interested, and you can also send me messages that way. So I hope to see you all on the field of combat.
That'll do it for us, folks. Thank you for joining us live here at Bullet Gorge. Today's